morning, everyone. Welcome to the stream. It's Will, it's Old Man Gamer. It's Saturday morning. My wife is sleeping, and I wanted to get some streaming. It's been a while since I did any fan craft stuff, so thought I'd pop in, show you guys what I've been working on. Just have a little bit of time here before the day gets going. So, I'm standing in here outside the X-Men mansion, and I've been doing a lot of work around my base. Um, you know, but before we get into that, let's go ahead and take a look. Oh, there's the first thing I built. Yes. So I could show you guys an update on this, but Bo went ahead and he built Trask Industries in the Marble District, and he built a Sentinel in there, but it's kind of the we'll go this way so you can see them while I'm talking. See, this is cool. So, but it's kind of the I can show it to you later. It's the Days of Future Past from the movie version, and this is kind of my style Sentinel. Now, he did a separate video where he threw some videos up. One of them was like based on this design. I kind of altered it a little bit, but I wanted old school Sentinels, so I built two of them to be, basically here attacking Charles Xavier's. So, because this is the, obviously Xavier School for Gifted. So I just kind of put these out there as kind of like a, hey, Bo, this is what you're working on, and, synergy, folks, is what you want. So I thought I'd show you guys that first. But yeah, I haven't done too much inside the Xavier Mansion these days, but I could show you a little bit in case it's been a while. Oh, crap, that's right. Okay, so if you're using ray tracing, the 1.21.6 has issues with glowing blocks. As you can see here, I got a lot of those frog lights in here. There's only one way to handle it. So what you have to do is you actually have to go completely out of the world you're in. And then you're gonna go to settings, go to video. You have to check mark the allow in-game graphics mode switching. Turn it off, hit escape, go back into settings, go into video, allow in-game graphic mode, and then escape again, push play, go back into your world. And then, boom, all the lights are lit. It's annoying. It's a known bug. The devs say they're going to fix it. But yeah, so there hasn't been too many changes in here, but I wanted to get that done. Okay, to be honest, I came in here to show you guys that because I knew that would be something that maybe some people, would know. But yeah, to get the glowing blocks, you basically have to do that. Otherwise, everything looks dark. So what I'm going to start off with first is I'm going to show you guys Galactus, but while I'm here in town, let's go ahead and I'll show you the changes. Oh, I probably should put on my armor and my elytra, huh? So I've made a bunch of changes here to the Enterprise. So again, we'll do a fly around because it's been a while. So I kind of fixed the saucer a little bit. The saucer I was not happy with how it came out. So I did kind of bring the lower level of the saucer 2 more blocks out, so I think it works now. I added windows around the hole outside, but I also went ahead and up top, I completely redid the second deck, as well as the bridge. I really think this works a lot better from a design standpoint, as well as it kind of looks more like the Enterprise. I'm not too happy with the underneath the saucer. I still need to fix that, but for now it's okay. But let's do this. Let's go in. We'll go from the lowest point. I do want to show you guys this because I made a lot of significant changes after my last video. So, okay. So the first thing I added was the warp core going all the way down here. I'm not sure if it was in the initial, but I did add it. mainly because I wanted it, you know, I think it looks cool. And I added the glass so you can see all the way down. And engineering, all that, there's just added glass pretty much everywhere. So not too much here in engineering to show other than the main level. Yeah, I changed how the warp core kind of interacts to the back of the ship. I threw water in here along with some end rods that I think make it look a little bit better. So, yeah, engineering is kind of engineering. Let's go ahead and we'll get up to deck 3 and I'll show you guys the changes I made. So, Chief Engineer's quarters, yes. So I added some quarters on here. Didn't do too much. A few conference rooms are over here as well. But I also, like, added an arsenal into this transporter room. As well as, you know, I don't think I did this last time. I really wanted you to be able to transport into the Enterprise. So I put a portal here. So it looks pretty cool. I like it. And I think I showed you guys sickbay and everything, so you don't have to do that. I threw some labs up here. The biggest one, the best one I did was still cartography. I built the map all the way from here, all the way to the main Central City, Marvel District, and all of that. So this is an updated map. You can see the Sentinels here. You know, I added a little pond over here, mainly for the Happy Ghasts. And yeah, I've just done a little bit of quality of life improvements, I think. So let me show you the bridge because I'm pretty proud of what I did on the bridge. Well, I've got to show you deck 2 first. So I did not like the way this was laid out originally, so I kind of opened it all up. It's just one big corridor with a Jeffrey tube access here. You know, captain's dining room. So this deck is kind of for the captain. It's got his dining room. We have the ready room as I saw it from motion picture. So they come in here and they can have meetings, a desk that he can stand behind. And then I have a going into the captain's quarters. I haven't furnished it yet, but this is kind of a good captain's quarter area. So nothing big here. Let's show you the bridge. What I did was really expand that area, but I'm very happy with the bridge. I completely redesigned it. I took all the white out. I put gray concrete in here, which I think adds to it, and then I put full chairs using the copper. I had to wax everything and let it get all set up, but I like the play on this. I also did a little bit of raising of the bridge floor, so it stepped down but also went up a half, which is kind of what it looks like in the movie. So I really like this, and by raising it up a little bit and adding the bottom, you know, I like the fact that it looks out and you can't see the numbers or anything. It looks a little better. So as you can see here, I mean, the helm and all that, they just look better from a seating perspective. I used a lot of the Lycia or whatever it is lighting, because in ray tracing, it looks really good. If I'm not ray traced, it doesn't really look that big of a deal. But in ray tracing, it really makes everything pop. I took out about way too many paintings in here. I just like the fact that there's a little bit of an aesthetic. There's paintings, but those are meant to be monitors. And then, yeah, the captain's chair is still the captain's chair. So, but now it looks a little better. I raised it up. It's on a half slab so that your legs don't come out as bad, but yeah. So that's pretty much the Enterprise. And I'm going to say that this build's pretty much done. I don't really mess with this too much. So, other than that, let's, oh, I guess I can show you the cave too. That's the other major, oh, and Titan's Tower. Oh, I'm trying to throw rockets. I should stop this one. So as you can see, I have built Titan's Tower. I'm not sure what I'm going to put in there yet. I thought I needed something out here, and I thought Titan's Tower was a good build to put. So I built it here. We'll use it for something, I'm sure. Um, but yeah, oh, we gotta sleep too. Okay, let's go to the portal. I also redesigned my portal hub. I put leaves on the top. I just thought it looked a little better. You could still see the sword, but it just gives it kind of a little bit more of a, park feeling and all that. So, all right, let's grab some rockets. So what I usually do is I'll put, like, if I have a small number, I'll get new rockets, and I'm gonna have to redesign at some point. Maybe my next build that I show you guys, it's gonna be the gunpowder farm. I've seen a few, like the way they changed gunpowder farms and all that. It's gonna be a major rebuild, and it's already such a pain in the butt in survival mode. But I'm starting to run low on gunpowder, so like the gunpowder farm I have up there is now just a mob farm. So I'd have to completely redesign it. So I've done quite a bit of work around here, like I said. Things are looking pretty good. I'm really enjoying, um, you know, I love the fact that they fixed the beacons. Like you can see the light coming out of the lanterns a lot farther now. And there's some serious lag here in Williamsburg, and I have to address that. I think it might be a map issue, and I think I'm gonna have to get rid of a half a billion maps. But I'm really liking this. Like you can see the lantern lights now. It just looks better. Overall, my base I think is pretty. It's doing pretty fantastically. You know, I'm pretty much self-sufficient now. I can pretty much do whatever I want. So I went ahead and, like I said, I did a little work with the Sentinels. I did a little bit around here, adding this water outside to kind of make it easier to get to the underground area. Because this whole area, I actually, with all the mining I did and all the other stuff I was doing for builds, I had a whole lot of dirt. So I went ahead. This was actually, as you can see, I can actually show you. This whole place was swamp, and I came down. I basically built dirt. As I got more dirt, I built more. I used it to kind of level the field off, and then, so the what do you call it? The swamp is still here, but it's kind of like a swamp grotto now. And it's a nice area to come down if I want to hunt a little bit. It's very well lit now, but for the most part, it's decorative and it holds some thing. But I built this kind of pond out here, and I use this to kind of make the happy ghasts. I now have two. I crafted both, by the way. I crafted the dry gas because it was really easy. I had a ton of happy gas tiers. And these things, let me tell you what, these things are fantastic for building. That's really all they're good for, honestly. They're very slow. They're very, but man, when it came to building, and I'll show you what I mean. When it came to building Galactus, I needed my happy gas. Otherwise, I would have been doing ladders for days. So I also went over here and I built a horse stable, mainly because I thought, why not? I kind of wanted it over here. Um, so I brought all of my horses, or most of my good horses, over here, and then I went ahead and built this highway. I kind of wanted a way to get so that I wouldn't always have to fly into the central city. I built a highway similar to what we had on Earth 2, and that's why I put my horse stable there. And yeah, I can ride my horses into Central City and save myself some rockets. So, and here we are in Central City, and as you can see, there's the back of Galactus and another Sentinel that I built because Bo told me to. Once I showed him this, he's like, "Feel free to put a few around Central City," because as you can see here, here's the Trask building he built, and you can't really see it. Let's see, can I turn off ray tracing for a minute? I kind of wanted to tell him that and be like, hey, listen, with if people are using ray tracing, they can't see what you built, dude. So let me just change this to vibrant. All right. So as you can see here, here's his vibrant. You can see it better now. He built like a 19 or oh wow. Oh dear, that's a whole lot of reflection. Oh, I need to fix that. That's almost too much. That's overwhelming. But as you can see here, he went for more of the 70s version of the Sentinel from Days of Future Past. And like I said, being a fan of old school X Men, thought, you know what? No, no, no. This is a Sentinel. So I built one here to be kind of like to kind of be like dealing with the X Men ship. So I thought that was a good place to put it. I didn't want to build it over his thing too much, and I got to put ray tracing back on because I like ray tracing. And yeah, so I was really glad he did it. I was like, it kind of gave me some inspiration of like, ooh, let's put another Sentinel over there. I kind of want to put two more by Trask, like so that he has two Sentinel guards in front of his building. But I'll talk to him about that. I still have some purple and magenta um, concrete, so which is why I did it in the first place. Was I'm using the concrete maker to make concrete now, so yeah, I thought about putting like one here and one over here for him to be like, they're here to guard your building. But it's also, I then decided once I was done with the Sentinels, I was like, well, the Fantastic Four movie's coming up, so let's do Galactus, and it should be on top of the Four Freedoms Plaza. So that's what I did. I built him over there, and I think it came out incredibly well. Um, it could have gone bigger. I know that, but I also was like, it's kind of getting the point across that it's Galactus. He's, on top of the Baxter Building or Four Freedoms. He's going to sit there and he's going to devour the world. And then I decided to build, you know what? Let's use the gas for this. And then I decided that he should also have the surfer. So I built I grabbed some quartz slabs and put a armor thing on there, and I used, since we're using the mob heads add-on, I grabbed a pillager mob head and put it on top, and it looks fantastic. Like I said, I'll show it to you in a minute. Let's get the gas. So I parked my third gas down here. So can I get to him is the question. There we go. Oh yeah, that's right. I'll have to come back down and get that lead when I'm done. So as you guys can see, ghasts are incredibly slow. But again, real good for building. So I pretty much came up here and I would bring a fence and I would bring a lead so that he wouldn't go too far. And then I would just put blocks up and stand on blocks, but he was always there to get me back down. So yeah, this is kind of what I did, and it was a little slow going. It took me about a weekend to get it all done. Totally freehand, by the way. I totally just looked at Galactus in the comics and decided what outfit I was going to use, etc., etc. So this is kind of what I did. You can see I used stairs and slabs for the eyes, quartz slabs for the mouth with black behind it. I used concrete powder for the lighter part of the purple to kind of give it that thing, and then I went ahead and used blue and purple for the whole thing. So he is, and I think it does exactly what you want. Hands are tough. I think I got what I was going for with that. And then over here, like I said, just iron armor with a pillager head, and it's the surfer. So I think it looks cool. I really do. I'm pretty happy with how this came out. Bo seemed to think it was cool. I think the word he used was epic. And Oh yeah, and this is weird that the way to do this is you have to look down and then push forward on the stick while I use the joystick to get it back down low. So, do I have a lead on me? I do. Good. Let's go ahead and land, and then I'll put them here. And I'm kind of putting it in the Marble District so that if somebody needs one and they don't have one yet, then oh, good, I can just do that. That's right. That they can kind of, the inference is they can use that. I know Bo has one over here, but that's kind of what I've been working on mainly is those two builds, like the Sentinels, Galactus, and yeah, I'm kind of like I said, I'm kind of digging it. I had a good time. It was nice to have an inspiration. I think Bo's going to try to build the. I think Bo's going to try to build uh, the the Fantastic Force rocket somewhere close by. I'm like, he's like, can I do it near yours? I'm like, absolutely, go to town. So I think he's gonna do that. I don't know if that's still in his plans or not, but and then yeah, let's do this. Let me go. Oh yeah, and as you can see inside Four Freedoms, I went ahead and I added a portal because I want that to kind of be like the negative zone portal from Fantastic Four. They always had one in their, in Reed's lab. It was always my intention to do that. Now it doesn't. Luckily, nothing lands there. It's just an exit portal, but I'm going to use it now anyway because I also want to show you guys how I got around. I never liked the elevator looking. I've built Four Freedoms before. Never liked the elevator. Oh, let's see if I sold anything. Nope. Okay. So what I do for this is using the mob heads. Since I use the mob heads add-on, you could sit on them. So I curse over it and go, and I sit on it. Then I sit on that one, and then that one, and then that one. So that's my elevator. And then when I'm done, I just kind of just I just fall down. So I found that I thought this was kind of an interesting way to have an elevator that's not everyone's going to think to use. So, all right, well, let's go through. I can show you guys the new Nether portal, and then, yeah, the other builds I've been working on have been kind of like, updating builds for things like the Nether portal. So, oh, that's right, this is the Marvel. So I've been working on my Nether hub. Over time, I thought it was kind of important. I never really liked the layout of it. So I rebuilt it and kind of built this. So each of the lighted floors kind of take you to a portal. This is still my main portal, but I don't know if you remember, it was sitting over here, like this way. It was like the back wall, and then there was like a hallway over here to the X Mansion. I didn't like that. So I put Williamsburg's main portal is now there. It's out of the way. It kind of opens the whole room up. And then, I have portals to, this is my enterprise transport room. And then I went ahead and built a Batcave portal with the bat symbol, kind of. It doesn't really work here, but I wanted something to kind of differentiate it. I got a teleporter to the Batcave. And then, I've also been working on, oh, did somebody? Huh. Somebody been using my farm? Or did I might have pulled the gold out. Ah, that's how I get my concrete. And what is it most people take? They come in for quartz. No, okay, I must have pulled the gold out. Okay, good. But yeah, that's my piglin trader. He's fantastic. And yeah, so this is kind of like the updated hub. I added in an area because Bo went ahead and built this really incredible network up here where we can get to any of the new biomes. So I kind of went ahead and pivoted off that. I was like, you know what, I'll build a access to his hub. So if I go down this hallway, it'll show you everywhere you got to go. So I just, built this. It's kind of just a small extension. And it takes me back down to my hub. So let's do that, and then we'll go to the Batcave because I could show that off a little good. I've done some changes there. So let's go down to the, finally, this will be kind of where we leave things. I'll take you to the back cave. All right. So first of all, I built a teleporter into the Batcave. I kind of wanted it to be kind of like what they used to have in the Batcave for the Watchtower from the comics. So the first major change I did was I really updated the Bat computer area. I never liked how it went down below and there was like a thing, so and it didn't have the chair. So I built a Bat computer chair. So this is kind of the new computer. Now, with ray tracing, the flags don't work. And again, I can pull them off. I wish they'd fix that. I really wish Minecraft would kind of get it's ray tracing is one of those things they kind of just leave alone, you know, and it's kind of annoying. But yeah, I use the flag uh, thing to make like these looking like monitor screens, and the new blocks there look kind of like keyboards. So I really like this whole thing. I thought this was a really great setup. Does the fog on? That just doesn't look good. I don't like. I like the vibrant visuals if I can't ray trace. Uh, yeah, I don't like clouds. Ah, there we go. I don't know what any of that does, by the way. All right, there we go. It looks a little clearer. Let's just put ray tracing back on. I wish there was just a way to push the button, like to put it back to ray tracing. All right, I just like the way it looks down here, ray traced. All right, so um, first thing I did, another thing I did was I really updated the, in memory of Jason, a good soldier, Robin uniform. It was 9 blocks. I really thought this kind of went for a better way to do it. It kind of looks more cylindrical, which is kind of what it is in the comics. And I used wood this time as opposed to just stone, and I think I like the way it came across. So I also changed the glass so that we could see these when ray tracing, so you could see the various Bat costumes and Nightwing costumes. Then I went ahead and I really wanted to redo how the platforms were. Basically, you couldn't get to some areas unless you went around a certain way. So I kind of wanted to make it a little bit more easier to get through everything. Um, so obviously did that, extended this platform, extended this. Then I went ahead and I realized that because I think Bo or somebody came in here and kind of did a quick. Oh, it was Socasm, and didn't realize that over there were the Batmobiles, like various models, and that the reason they're using the crying obsidian. Like the idea is that the crying obsidian means it's all changeable. Like he can just that Batman can just change out the car. Something will come along, lift it up, and put it in play. So, like the arms here. So what I did was I built this whole Batmobile control center. And it's literally like, and it kind of identified what they are. So the 89 Batmobile, that's the one up there. 60s era Batmobile's in front. Super Friends Batmobile is over, and we'll go up top so you can see them. The OG Batmobile, Tumbler, and Snyder's Batmobile. So, and really what it is my thinking was you create this device that would move these cars. So, over there is obviously the Super Friends Batmobile. Tumbler's above that. Snyder's above, next to the Tumbler, and then over here is supposed to be the OG with the faceplate on it. And then down here is supposed to be the Batman 66, which I liked the best, but I really just wanted to keep this simple, so I put this here. And then I went and there's a lantern farm out on the ocean of somebody's. I probably should find out whose that is. So I went and grabbed some sea lanterns because, again, with ray tracing, it really lights up a whole lot better than the glow sticks do, the glow blocks do. so it can really let you see the car. So I'm very much digging that. The bat cycle, I had a little problem. I got to fix this, the glass. Um, but yeah, and then I decided what I really wanted to do was something fun. Um, you have this exit from the bat cave. Is it nighttime? It's nighttime. Let's sleep first. So what I did was I didn't like how the door just opened and that was it, and he was supposed to land in water. So I really wanted to find a way to set it up so that what do you call it? So that he had a road. So now when I flip this switch, it's actually going to. I built under here pistons, so you can kind of see it. Um, Pistons that will raise everything up one, raise this area here up one block, and then connects to this road here. So that when I close it, and I can show you it real quick. I also built another secret entrance in and out of the back cave. I built a little water elevator here in the bottom of a fountain. So yeah, this is obviously the back of Wayne Manor. So I built this little fountain here, but as you can see here, here's the start of the waterfall. Goes over the back cave, and then this whole area just goes down. So it'll raise up a road and let him, drive out. And then the thinking was, what I then went ahead and did was I went ahead and built this whole area here where there'd be a small road, cave to kind of go through that would lead, Batman to Williamsburg. So, and that's kind of what it's been. So, I mean, I haven't had a ton of time to devote to things like this, but I really wanted to, you know, get things set up to where things look good. I got to figure out what to do with Titan's Tower still. And this one, as you may notice, it's a shorter T on the top. This is kind of going for the animated Titan's Tower, not the OG Titan's Tower. I was gonna do the Jeff Johns era Titans Tower because I was starting to build a whole bunch of half slabs and stuff. But it's like unless I have a reason for the build, I don't want to spend too much time. This was glass I had, concrete that I have way a lot of, and I should show this too, the concrete. So this is what I do. Like this is why I was able to do so much with concrete lately and with the Star Trek build and stuff. Is that I have built this here. This is a um, well, I don't know if it's a. I don't know if it's an exploit or not. It feels kind of exploity. Um, but what it is basically um, it duplicates sand. It duplicates gravity blocks. So what I did was, what you do is, so we'll use sand for now, but I use mostly sand and then gravel, and then what I started doing was, oh man, ray tracing does not like this. I'm not going to give anybody seizures. So I really should do these videos without ray tracing. It's just everything looks so good in ray tracing. Okay, there we go. It's a little better. Wow, even with fancy visuals, we're still getting interesting. Oh, it's not as bad though. Okay, so you would put these on here, right? And you could build up to 6. Sometimes I can get to the 6, but sometimes I can't. So you just put them here. There we go. I got that 6th one. It's very simple. You put them here. You leave them. All right, we'll go up top. Yeah, the reflection all of a sudden with the sun off the water, that's not a good. Yeah, I might have to play with the settings on this. It doesn't look that bad on my PlayStation. So you build it up here, and you can see they're kind of jiggling. Then what you have to do is to make this work, you have to leave. That's why I built this portal here. So I'll leave. I'll go here into this area of my nether base, which it's not really well built because it doesn't need to be. Then I go back. Usually I'll stay here for about 30, 40 seconds, so nothing may change. Sometimes you have to stay a little longer. But then you just come back and... Did they fix it? Oh, no, wait, I picked some up. Yeah, I'm picking some up. They're just not visible. Huh. 35. 36. Huh. Okay, now it's starting to feel a little bit more exploity. Anyway, 48. So I put 5 back, and we started with 50. So I took 30. So what it does is when it come back, some go away and some don't, and what ends up happening is it basically duplicates your gravity block. So, and then as you can see back here, this is where I can kind of keeping them. Like, this is how many I've been doing. So it's why, and then what I started doing was just the white concrete powder when I needed white, or I think there's purple, or did I take all the purple? Oh yeah, I took all the purple concrete powder to put into Galactus. But yeah, I just basically use these gravity blocks to make more gravity blocks. So it's been working pretty well. It's why I was able to do the Enterprise so easily, as well as Galactus using yarn, or using this instead as opposed to wool. Yeah, see, it's still picking stuff up. I picked 2 up. So it's definitely, what it is you build this 6 high, you get these leaves, you have to put the switch underneath so that it kind of hold it in place, and that's it. And then you just leave, and you come back later, and some will be down, and you go pick them up. So I always kind of check it at least 4 or 5 times when I'm playing. Oh, and I built this bat signal because I realized that if you come to Williamsburg and you don't necessarily know that that's Wayne Manor, I really wanted people to be able, if anybody was coming here to try to find the Batcave or something. So I built Wayne Manor, and I put a bat signal in front of it. Just glass, and I didn't want to do it like, I kind of wanted to make it look like it was being projected, so I built this here, and then I kind of built the, thing down here that's supposed to be doing it. I'm not real happy with that. I kind of want to come up with something better. But for now, it's fine. And then, yeah, but that's pretty much it. Oh, I don't know if I showed you guys this. So, the travel pod here was hard for me to get into, I think, when I showed off the Enterprise last time. So one thing I did do was I decided that I was going to make it a little bit easier to show the inside of the travel pod in case you didn't want to fly over there and lose half your life. So I think this will be the fastest way to go. Uh-huh. So let me go to that, and this will be where I'll end you guys. Inside here. So obviously, remember, I think the last time I showed you guys, like, it was really hard to get over there. Then I built a second one. So Proton Torpedo Boot, Travel Pod 2, and this one is actually attached. So if you kind of wonder what it looks like in the Travel Pod, you can come over here, and this one is docked outside of the Enterprise. So, it's docked on the side. I hate the lining of it. I'm not a big fan of how it looks because, obviously this isn't to scale, and I think it's too big for the ship. But like I said, I really wanted to make it so people could kind of see what it was without trying to kill themselves. So, And that's going to pretty much do it, I think, for me today. Just kind of wanted to give you guys an update on where we're at, what we've been doing. I'm still very, very proud of this build. I think this is my most ambitious build yet. The Enterprise is, and again, pretty much my own design, eyeballing it. There are maps out there of somebody who did this in Bedrock. I I took a little bit of inspiration from that, but really, theirs was so large and so overly set up that it wasn't going to be feasible for me to do that in survival. This is kind of where I wanted to be. It's like it gets the point across. So, oh, and I changed the shuttle bay a little bit. I changed the shuttles so that they look more. I realized that by putting the red ball on the front, it's a little bit. Um, Putting the red ball in the front was too original series, and this is supposed to be like the refit Enterprise. So I went ahead and put the cells that look more appropriate. But yeah, that's gonna basically do it. So I'm kind of really enjoying this. I'm not sure what my next build's gonna be. Part of me wants to build the Fantastic Four, like rebuild Four Freedoms, or even buy another lot in the Marvel District to build the Fantastic Four's Baxter building from the movie. Has interesting lines. It's very, very smooth and it's very, very curved. I really enjoyed that, and I was like, that could be fun. But I kind of like ending streams. I think I'll start streams in front of the X Mansion, but I'll always end here in the captain's chair because I'm in the captain's chair. So thanks guys for watching, and we have a freaking bot. I gotta get rid of that guy. Gotta get rid of that guy. Do I have moderation in here? Oh, that sucks. I gotta get moderation control. I thought I had moderation controls. Uh, oh wait, yeah, no, I have to do it here. Yeah, I'll play with this because yeah, I'm very annoyed right now. I hate those bots. I really do. He's currently banned, and I'm deleting the message because that shit ain't right, man. Does it do it to everybody? Yes, it does. Oh, look at that. Okay. Well, that's one upside for uh, Stream Labs as opposed to OBS is that, yeah, it did it to everybody. But that's going to do it, guys, for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please click like and subscribe. Let me know what you think. And wait, what happened? I had something there. We'll put this there. I want something in that. There. Oh, it won't let me put it. Is there something in that frame that I can't see? Must be. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back when I can. My dad's coming into town, so I won't be streaming for a couple of weeks on anything. But after that, well, you never know. Let me know what you think. Have a good one. Bye now.